Hello everybody, my name is Matias Pasco and I worked with my buddy Nicolas Vega that unfortunately can't be here. But in today's documental we're going to explain you what is the structure of a plant and give you some examples of the plants that we chose for giving you examples of it. So now I'm gonna start saying what is the structure of a plant. First, you need to know that there are many types of plants with different structures, obviously. But there are some organelles that most of the plants have. Plants have two main types of organ systems, the shoot system and the root system. The shoot system is always above the ground. It's the one that contains the leaves, buds, stems, flowers, if the plants have flowers, or maybe fruits, obviously if the plants have them. The root system is below the ground. It's the one that contains roots, tubers, and rhizomes. Tissues. There are two principal seeds of the plant, the gymnosperm seed and the angionosperm seed. Flowering plants are divided by how many cotyledons they have. Cotyledons are the tissues that provide nutrition to develop seedling. Flowering plants can be monocotyledons, which means they have one cotyledon, or dicotyledons, which means they have two cotyledons. Vascular plants. The vascular plant is a plant with specialized vascular tissues. The vascular tissues are an arrangement of multiple cell types in vascular plants, which allows for the transport of water, minerals, and products of photosynthesis to be transported throughout the plant. The two types of vascular tissues, the xylem and the phloem, are responsible for moving the minerals and nutrients through the plant. The structure of the vascular plant, they have the vascular tissues in unique patterns, depending on the division the plant is. The xylem transports the water and minerals from roots to leaves. The water flows into the xylem and creates an upward pressure. At the leaves, water is being used and evaporates out of the stomach. These small pores are said to transpire, which pulls upward on the column of water in the xylem. The vascular tissue in the plant conducts sugar and other metabolic products downward from the leaves. Meristems. The meristem is responsible of the growth in length or height. The meristem is found in the end of the roots called the meristem apical. It's responsible for creating cells and growth to drive the plant into light and air, where it can photosynthesize and exchange built gases or gases. Plant cells. The plant cells are the basic unit of life in the whole organisms of the kingdom Plantae and all the plants. They have eukaryotic cells, which means that they have a true nucleus along with specialized structures called organelles that carry out different functions in the plant structures. The non-vascular plants. The non-vascular plants include mosses, hornworts, and liverworts, and some algae. They reproduce via spores rather than seeds, and do not produce flowers, fruits, or wood. Some of the non-vascular plants have developed specialized tissues from water transport and other systems. Like I explained before, the non-vascular plants and the vascular plants are different because the main difference is that they have different tissues. For example, the xylem and the phloem. Algae. What is algae? Algae is a large and diverse group of simple and typically autotrophic organisms. Some have one cell and others have many cells. The largest and most complex marine algae are called seaweeds. They are like plants and very simple because they lack the many distinct organs found in the land plants. For the reason they are not classified as plants. They use neutral sources of energy and simple inorganic materials to build their forms. As a non-vascular plant, they do not have the kind of cells and tissue structure of other land plants, or, well, not all the sea plants. Structure of the mosses. Mosses are bryophytes, primitive plants that believed to be among the first to develop ability to live on the land. They were since a long time ago. Mosses have known vascular tubes to transfer water or nutrients and no through stems or roots. Environmental water sources and absorption limit their size. I mean, they are too small, and that's why the reasons the moss is real small and don't grow in an uncontrollable way. The cacti, mostly known as cactus. The cacti is a flowering plant and a vascular plant of the family of Caryophyllales, with more than 2,000 species. It is a plant of North America that's mostly found on deserts and in arid places. Most species of cactus are well protected by sharp bristles and spines, which serve to like not be needed from most of the herbivores that eat plants. The stems of the cactus plants have numerous cushion or pit-like structures, known as areoles on their surface, from which usually emerge clusters of spines. The cactus reproduce by often large and colorful that are usually solitary. All genera have a floral tube, often with many petal-like structures, and other less colorful, and almost leaf-like structures and tubes above the ground termed ovary. A style topped by many pollen-receptive stigmas also rises from the top of the ovary. The fruit is usually a berry and contains many seeds. Soon after pollination, which may be affected by wind, birds, insects, or bats, the entire floral tube detaches from the top of the ovary and leaves a prominent scar. Well, and that's all our presentation. Thank you for listening and being like paying attention to our. I know it's boring, to our boring presentation. Um, we expect that it is useful for you and for future exams. Well, thank you. Goodbye.